Oh, what is the upskis, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the GXWrestleCast. We're on episode 148 of my wrestling recap show, where once a week I go through all of the major WWE and AEW shows, give you the recap, give you the review, let you know what's going on storyline-wise, and at the end of the show, I give out my 3 stars of the week, awarding my 3 favorite matches that I witnessed with my eyeballs. And if there's a big pay-per-view, I will be doing a separate episode reviewing said pay-per-view, but I think we're in the clear this week, so let's dive into the recap. We're kicking it off with Monday Night Raw in Baltimore. And we got Ludwig Kaiser doing a very well done introduction for the new heavyweight champion Gunther. Yo, Ludwig, you should consider possibly being a ring announcer. Really well done. The champion gets a big fireworks display. Gunther getting some "you deserve it" chants from the crowd. Damn right, damn right. Gunther claims his title reign will be another historical one. The champ is interrupted by Randy Orton. Even Gunther is like, he made the whole crowd laugh. He's like, "Randy, I did not expect that." And that was some funny shit. Randy calls Gunther a good-looking champion. Very nice. Randy reminds Gunther Triple H promised a Gunther versus Orton Part 2. Orton is gonna kill the legend of Gunther at Bash in Berlin and take the championship away from Gunther. Gunther accepts the challenge and warns Orton nothing gets the champ out of nowhere. Ooh, huge first challenger, I must say, for Gunther and Randy Orton. I can't say I saw Randy Orton coming out first, but yeah, pretty cool. I enjoyed their first match that they had. It was physical. It was really fun to see Orton in that style of match. He doesn't usually go that way anymore, but I'm looking forward to this. Should be a fun program. Good opener. We get to the opening match. It is Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser. Kaiser jumps Sheamus before the bell, seeking revenge on Sheamus for injuring him 3 months ago. Kaiser playing possum, claiming his ribs are hurt, suckers Sheamus in for a attack. Ludwig running dropkick to Sheamus' head into the steel steps. That was rough. Sheamus hits a white noise, locks in the cloverleaf, but Kaiser gets to the ropes. Kaiser and Sheamus just smacking the shit out of each other. Friggin' awesome. Thumbs up for that. And then Pete Dunne appears out of nowhere, misses Sheamus with a shillelagh. Sheamus drops Dunne with a knee and then drops Kaiser with a knee and a brogue kick for the dub. Hell of a physical match right here. Lots of striking from both men, really stiff. Love the chemistry between these two guys. I would love to see them fight again, because Kaiser is not shy to get stiff. He's fine with it, and Sheamus loves that. Not quite a banger, but a 7.5 out of 10. We get Damian Priest power walks his way to the ring to call out Finn Balor. Finn does not come out. Priest calls Finn a coward, and Priest's new family will be the WWE Universe. Aww. Priest calls out Finn again. Finn does appear, but on screen, tells Damian it's all his fault for trying to become the leader of the Judgment Day. Finn shows off the new Judgment Day, which is Carlito, JD McDonough, Dirty Dom, and Liv Morgan. Oh, snap. Yeah, that was pretty freaking cool. We get Bronson Reed. He is upset with Adam Pearce for not giving him a match. We get Lyra Valkyria versus Shayna Baszler with Zoe Stark and Sonya Deville. There we go. Lyra kicks Zoe and Sonya. Shayna locks in the Karafuda clutch. Lyra escapes, hits the Nightwing. Zoe and Stark run in, attacking Valkyria. The match is disqualified. Solid match, though, before the disqualification. Damage Control run down. They brawl with Sonya, Zoe, and Shayna as their beef continues to cook. We have CM Punk. Oh, jeez. Here he comes. He cuts a promo. Baltimore's very amped to see him. Punk says he's proud of himself, looking to get back on track after his injury. Punk says he's already started his road to WrestleMania. Bruh, it's like 8 months away. Settle down. Seth Rollins interrupts the promo looking rather pissed off. Seth says he is in a good mood because he's gonna put Punk in the dirt. Drew McIntyre in the crowd stops the fight. Drew talks about Punk's family, goading Punk into chasing after Drew McIntyre. Meanwhile, Bronson Reed absolutely destroys Seth Rollins with a vicious attack with multiple tsunamis. Seth is like coughing, puking up blood or some shit, really fucked up. And Bronson finally leaves after returning like 3 times and continuing the beatdown. But Bronson making his own moment right here could lead to a huge feud with Seth Rollins. This could be a big moment here for Bronson Reed going forward. I'm pretty excited. Bronson is awesome. We got AOP, Akeem, and Razor with Final Testament against The New Day, Kofi Kingston's back, and Xavier Woods. AOP is just whooping New Day, and then out of nowhere, Odyssey Jones arrives, takes out the Final Testament. Woods rolls up, steals the win during all the shenaniganery. Holy jumping. AOP attack New Day after the bell. Here comes Odyssey Jones for the rescue. Picks up both Akeem and Razor, who are large men, picks them both up for a side slam. Crowd's going nuts. Freaking Odyssey's going nuts. I'm going nuts. Thumbs up. Jones hits a nice boss man slam on Carrion. Holy, just wow. Welcome back, Odyssey Jones. Hell of a return right there. And looks like New Day has some new muscle. I mean, not that they're going to replace Big E, but there's their muscle. I love it. Great fit right here. Backstage, Jones gets formally introduced to Xavier Woods, and Woods is a little bit thrown off because Kofi has been hanging out with Jones, talking with each other without, Xavier knowing about it. Anyway, Alpha Academy show up, Tozawa dances with Woods, and all is good. This is great for Odyssey Jones. I mean, I really liked him in the tournament way back. I think he was in the tournament with Obafemi. No, it was Carmelo Hayes way back. And I was rooting for Odyssey Jones, and he's been dealing with injuries, kind of stopping his career from getting started, but now hooked up with the New Day. That's some good shit. We get JD McDonough trash-talking Damian Priest in a video promo thing. And now we have Austin Theory and Grayson Waller versus R-Truth and Miz. Miz feeling it, hitting some dives on Waller and Theory. Some confusion during the tag. Theory tricks Truth, hits the A-Town down under for the W. Solid quick tag team match. Miz was on fire. He was great. We get new Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker says he's hunting challengers and no one will take the Intercontinental title away from him. All right. Now we have JD McDonough with Carlito versus Damian Priest. Damian throwing heavy strikes, sending McDonough to the floor. JD hits his face into the announce table when he dives into Damian. That looked painful. JD wicked backflip counter out of the South of Heaven. That pops the crowd. Headbutt and a lovely moonsault by JD gets the near fall. Damian on fire sets up a South of Heaven, but Finn Balor with the sneak attack ends the match. Boo. All members of New Judgment Day arrive and gang up on Priest. Damian takes out everybody's on fire and is left with Finn. Crowd is going crazy. Damian grabs Finn, but Liv saves Finn. Dom and Liv attacking Priest, and then out comes Mommy. Rhea Ripley gets her hands on Morgan, about to powerbomb her through a table, but Dom is there to save his woman. Ripley and Priest destroy McDonough and stand tall together. Match was pretty good before all that. Damian is getting over huge right now as a babyface that is working brilliantly, pairing him up with Ripley. Oh yeah, and they're going to go after Judgment Day. Looks awesome. Looks really good. We got Damage Control getting jumped backstage by DeVille, Baszler, and Stark. Mainly focus the attack on Dakota Kai. Sonya goes to the ring instead of Kai. Out comes Io to replace Dakota in the match. Sonya Deville with Zoe and Shayna versus Io Sky with Kairi Sane. Zoe puts Sonya's foot on the rope, saving her. Sane and Io hit a tandem top rope dives. That was sick. Thumbs up for that. Io over the moonsault. That makes sense. Pins Sonya for the W. Pretty solid quick matchup right here as this little trio's beef is continuing. We get Sami Zayn looking all sad backstage, no longer the Intercontinental Champion. Jey Uso arrives, cheers up Sami with some yeets. Sammy also has a rematch for the Intercontinental Championship next week, so that brightens up his mood. Good stuff. We get the Wyatt 6 video featuring Joe Gacy being creepy and screaming at the camera, trying to scare us. And it's main event time, trios tag team match. It is American Made, which is the Creeds, Julius and Brutus, and Chad Gable, versus the Wyatt 6 in their debut. It's Loomis, Gacy, and Rowan, with Howdy and Nikki watching on the outside. We get Wyatt 6. Well, the Wyatt 6 entrance, first off, was awesome. Very, very cool. I really enjoyed Gacy just kind of creepily walking down the stage and staring at the lantern the whole time. That was good. Nikki Cross looks creepy as fuck. Really good. Thumbs up. We get Rowan powerbombs Loomis out of the ring, wiping out American Made. Loomis swanton dive takes out the Creeds. Rowan grabs Gable's face and delivers a choke slam. That was cool. Loomis powerbombed onto Gable and an assisted Superfly splash. The Wyatt 6 win their debut in dominating fashion. Wyatt 6 looking very, very strong throughout the matchup, showing great teamwork and chemistry. Loomis getting used like a weapon. He was fantastic. Rowan tribute to Bray. That was a nice little touch. And American Made. Good performance, selling strong for the new squad. 7 out of 10. Good stuff. And that's the end of the show. Really good follow-up show after SummerSlam, following up the stories coming out of the pay-per-view. New Judgment Day going up against Priest and Rhea. That should be great. Awesome job turning Priest, by the way, into a really over babyface. Like, it's really happening right now. Well done. Gunther and Orton should be fun. New New Day adding Odyssey Jones. That was cool. Bronson making his name known, destroying Seth Rollins, so maybe he's becoming a main event player. Punk and McIntyre continue their hatred. In-ring debut for the Wyatt 6 was great, making them look really good and powerful as a group. Wrestling was good, pretty good throughout. Lots of good quality segments. Baltimore crowd was awesome. 7.5 out of 10 for Monday Night Raw. We'll slide over to NXT, and they're doing the Great American Bash. It is week 2, and we're kicking it off with Pete Dunne versus Trick Williams. Trick and Dunne throwing numerous nasty chops. Crowd is going wild. Trick hits a bookend and a wicked spinning kick. We get a near fall. Dunne snaps Trick's fingers, avoids a trick shot, nails the bitter end, and Pete Dunne pins and defeats the former NXT champion. Really good physical matchup right here. Trick, very good performance, working really well with Pete Dunne. And just really nice to see Pete Dunne in the win column. Hoping he could finally collect that NXT championship at some point soon. 7.5 out of 10. Really good match. Backstage, superstars are enjoying some good eats and some music until Lexis King ruins the tunes with his rock and or roll. Eddie Thorpe shows up very angry at Lexis for breaking his DJ hand. Both men get separated. Now we get the Women's North American Championship match. Kalani Jordan defending against Tatum Paxley. Paxley sneaks under the ring. Kalani investigates, finds a doll under the ring, and then Wendy Chu shows up to watch the match. Lonnie misses the split-legged moonsault. Paxley nails the 450 splash, but Lonnie able to kick out. Kalani hits a avalanche Spanish fly and a frog splash, pins and retains the Women's North American Championship. Really solid matchup. Tatum, a pretty damn good showing, and Kalani continues her hot streak. Wendy gives Tatum her doll and then chokes her out. What the hell is going on with Wendy Chu? I just don't know. We got Ren Sinclair asking Charlie Dempsey again if she wins tonight, she can join the No Quarter Catch Crew. Dempsey says, how about no? Then the Dawn arrives. He sweetens the pot, offers Charlie a title shot if Ren wins. Charlie accepts. Dunn and Trick get into a backstage brawl, so they are not liking each other. And now it's NXT Championship time. Ethan Page defending against Ora Mensa with the Metaphor. Mensa, cool backflip kick, knocks Page off of the top rope. Page slams Ora onto a picnic table and then delivers an Ego's Edge through the picnic table. Oh my goodness, that looked painful as hell. Thumbs up. Ora able to kick out of all of that somehow. Ora on fire, nails a spinning kick, pins, but Paige's foot is under the ropes. Ethan avoids Ora's springboard, nails a big boot, another ego's edge, pins Ora, and Ethan Page retains. Very respectful effort from Ora, had some real close calls in this one. Those table bumps looked super painful, ow. And Page selling really nicely for Ora, lots of close calls on both ends. Really good matchup, 7.5 out of 10. We have MSK hyped up interview backstage, still super hyped to be all back together again. Everything is awesome. We get Ashante the Adonis hitting on anyone with a heartbeat backstage. Some dude shows up being annoying, have no idea who he was, but he gets put through a table by Lola and others. Hank and Tank lose their minds. They're like, this is awesome! It was pretty good. We get Joe Coffey with Gallus versus Joe Hendry. It's the battle of the Joes. Hendry immediately leaps over the ropes, taking out Gallus. That was fucking awesome. Thumbs up. Hendry grabs a chair, tosses it to Wolfgang, and then Hendry slams himself onto the table, successfully pulling off the Eddie Guerrero. Thumbs up. Gallus gets ejected. The crowd is losing it, singing Don't Stop Believing in Joe Hendry, and We Believe in Joe Hendry. Hendry dusts off Coffey with a choke slam for the victory. Super entertaining match right here, showing off just how over Joe Hendry is. Hendry says he's gonna appear again. Yay. We get Chase U class is in session in their new, bigger classroom that somehow Ridge Holland got them. Ridge not only got them a classroom, but another tag team title shot. Damn. But this time, Ridge will replace Duke in the match. I mean, Duke Hudson is very disappointed, but honestly, it's fair. I mean, Ridge has been doing all this. I think he honestly deserves it. And watch, they're probably going to win. And well, that could be some interesting shit. We got Sean Spears tells Jensen if they team up, Jensen won't need to drink so much anymore. The Good Bros show up to the Hank and Tank barbecue, yucking the yum, saying the food and drinks suck. Hank and Tank maintain their composure. I'm just kidding. They brawl, and it's just chaos. We get Kendall Gray with Bright versus Ren Sinclair with no quarter catch crew. Ren impressive submission locks in a bow and arrow on Gray. Don't see that often. Dempsey considering helping Gray to prevent Sinclair from joining, but stops himself. Ren nails a rose plant, pins Gray, and finally becomes an official member of the no quarter catch crew. Pretty solid matchup. Ren, kind of showing off that she's picking up some of the Dempsey stuff, a little bit more technical wrestling in her style now. And Dempsey also earns himself a Heritage Cup opportunity against the Dan. Now it is main event time. NXT Tag Team Championships on the line. Nathan Frazier and Axiom defending against MSK, Wes Lee, and Zachary Wentz with Trey Miguel. Zach with the extra long Bronco Buster to Frazier. Fuck, that is so damn funny. Champs with a nice dive, taking out MSK. Wentz, wicked anti-air super kick to Frazier's face. How you doing? Champs avalanche, Spanish fly, and Phoenix splash combo. Wes makes the last second save, and I mean last second save. That was dope. Thumbs up. Axiom accidentally kicks Nathan. Wentz nails a cutter and a sweet tag team move. Axiom makes the last second save. Champs hit the golden ratio. Wes Lee kicks out of that. What? Champs hit another golden ratio. Pins and pins Lee. Wentz can't make the save. Axiom and Frazier retain. Banger of a main event right here between two stud tag teams right here. Awesome, fast-paced, hard-hitting action. Some insane near falls from both teams looking great. 8 out of 10. And MSK is emotional after the very tough defeat. Wes Lee blows a gasket. He kicks Trey in the face and then kicks Wentz in the nuts. What the fuck? Wes brutally beats down the Rascals as Wes has officially lost his damn mind. Whoa. I did not see that turn coming. That is interesting, and actually kind of see where it's going. I mean, Rascals, they kind of ditched Wesley in NXT. They got, well, I think it was Wentz that got suspended or fired or something. So maybe Wesley is like, yo, you ditched me. Like, I'm not forgiving you for that. So maybe that's where we're going with the storyline. Regardless, fucking cool. And that's the end of the show. A successful 2 weeks of the Great American Bash. Very good quality wrestling throughout the show with 3 title matches. Dunn versus Trick was really good, and the main event was a banger. Really liked the Hank and Tank Barbecue. They were great hosts for the Great American Bash. Lots of good entertainment there. Joe Hendry's existence in NXT is just straight up awesome. Ren joining the No Quarter Catch crew has been a pretty damn good entertaining side storyline. And Wes Lee turning heel out of nowhere just when everything looks so good with MSK. Wild. 8 out of 10, that was a banger of an NXT. Now we got SmackDown in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And sadly, we have to mention rest in peace to Kevin Sullivan. I cannot really put a finger on who this guy was. Like, I saw the videos. I'm like, okay, I'm just not really familiar at all with Kevin Sullivan. Like, he looks semi-familiar, and I know that name. I feel like I've heard his name a zillion times. I don't know if he was a part of creative or anything or something like that, but regardless, his passing definitely shook the wrestling world a little bit right here. So very sad to hear about that. Now we slide into the show. We got undisputed champion Cody Rhodes starting the show, doing his thing for Tulsa. You know, what do you want to talk about? All that goodness. Cody gets interrupted by Solo and the Bloodline, who want to talk SummerSlam. Cody calls Solo cray-cray if he wants a rematch. Bloodline surround the ring, no longer with Fatu, who got injured at SummerSlam. No doubt, that dude was going nuts. Kevin Owens arrives with a chair to back up Cody. Solo, a known chicken shit, retreats. Cody believes Kevin Owens deserves a title shot, so the champ offers Kevin a shot at the title. Oh, baby. Kevin just so humble, doesn't feel it's been earned yet, so he humbly declines. Tulsa and Cody disagree. Rhodes gives Kevin a title shot at Bash in Berlin. Hell yeah, Kevin. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Cody, for this. We get a tag team #1 contenders qualifier match. It's A-Town Down Under, Waller and Theory versus the Street Profits, Dawkins and Ford with B-Fab. We get Ford with the awesome superhero dive and sticks the landing. That's a thumbs up. Montez on fire off of the hot tag. Dawkins pounces Waller over the barricade. That's always fun. Profits hit the super blockbuster, advancing to the #1 contenders tag team match. Good fast-paced tag right here. Profits look fantastic. Really determined to get back the tag team gold. So yeah, a lot of fun. A-Town Down Under. They're starting to go down under in that tag team division. We get backstage. Cody and Kevin speaking with Nick Aldis. KO still doesn't feel he deserves the title shot. Aldis agrees, wanting to give it to Roman Reigns instead because the big dog didn't get a rematch yet. Kevin Owens blows a gasket because he never got no fucking rematch when he lost the Universal title. Aldis grants Kevin the title shot at Bash in Berlin. Yay. Awesome. Great. Kevin won't win, but it's nice to see him getting some recognition. Tiffany Stratton backstage gets annoyed momentarily by Pretty Deadly, who I must say would be a fantastic pairing with Tiffy. Can you imagine that? That would be a lot of fun. Anyway, Piper and Chelsea show up trash-talking Stratton. Tiffy out-trash-talks Green and then walks away. We get Jade Cargill with Bianca versus Alba Fire with Dawn. Bianca cuts off Dawn from any shenaniganery. Jade blasts Fire with a super kick, and the jaded Cargill wins in dominating fashion. A decent quick match. Tag champs attack Jade and Bianca after the bell. Naomi to the rescue, dumping Dawn and Fire out easily, making the champions look super strong and threatening. I'm just kidding. Oh my god. Poor Alba, Fire, and Dawn, man. Like, they just really haven't been made to look very good at all. They're just kind of there to be the punching bags for Bianca and Jade right now. It's not very nice. We get the new United States champion, LA Knight. Yeah. He cuts a promo. You deserve it chance from the crowd. Hell yeah. Knight is fired up. He says, hit it and quit it a whole bunch of times or some shit. Santos Escobar and Legado interrupt Knight's celebration. Santos tells Knight he sucks and he doesn't deserve the United States Championship. Santos does a funny Spanish version of LA Knight's catchphrase. That was damn funny. Thumbs up. Knight says he didn't understand anything Santos just said. Here comes Andrade making his entrance to end the conversation. Solid promo here from Knight with the catchphrase and all that. Really enjoyed Santos right here. It was pretty entertaining from him. Santos could be a good first opponent for LA Knight. I mean, he's, again, I say this about Santos every time. He's good, not great. Like, I've always been expecting a little bit more out of him. And it's just hasn't really blown me away. We get Giovanni Vinci. He gets a video showing him skiing in the Alps, driving a Ferrari, and wearing fancy clothes. And we're teasing a return soon for Giovanni Vinci. Will he be hooking back up with Gunter and all that? I doubt it. We have United States Championship #1 contenders match. It is Andrade versus Santos Escobar with Legado. Legado getting involved until Baron Corbin shows up, taking out Legado. Andrade, nice avalanche powerbomb, nasty looking dragon screw, topped with a moonsault to the outside. Holy shit, thumbs up. Santos, wicked avalanche poison Rana, doesn't impress Tulsa, who chants, you still suck. Andrade, double moonsault, Santos kicks out. Carmelo shows up, gets dropped by Andrade. Lopez, causing another distraction, allows Escobar to roll up Andrade, stealing the W. Santos becomes the #1 contender for LA Knight's title. Yeah, really good competitive match right here. Andrade and Santos mixing their lucha styles really nicely, I felt. 7.5 out there. Melo and Andrade more than likely will continue their beef, setting up the next contender for the United States Championship. We get Theory, may have accidentally on purpose, got Grayson Waller a match against Kevin Owens next week. Grayson, not happy about it, so we get that little bit of tension between the former tag team champions right here. Is that going to lead to anything? I'm feeling that they're trying to get Theory maybe to a babyface, something like that. I think there's still a lot of belief behind Austin Theory. I know John Cena loves this guy, and I think Austin Theory is pretty damn good. It's just that thing with McMahon where he this is my new golden chicken or whatever the fuck. And yeah, that really put a nasty stink on him, which was not his fault. But yeah, he still seems like he's battling out of that. We get tag team title #1 contenders match. It's DIY, Johnny Gargano, and Ciampa versus Pretty Deadly, Prince, and Wilson. DIY, nice powerbomb backplex combo. DIY Shatter Machine meet in the middle combo, and they defeat Pretty Deadly in convincing fashion, becoming the #1 contenders. Solid match. I mean, not much to say. Pretty Deadly, fairly competitive. Still looking for more from these guys in the ring. I know they can do more. It's just they're so into the gimmick and being goofy, and I don't know. DIY, though, taking care of business. That's what they do. We get Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline enter the ring. Solo makes Tulsa acknowledge Sikoa as the tribal chief. Solo says Roman is no longer the tribal chief. Roman Reigns arrives. Solo sends the Bloodline after Roman. The big dog destroys the Tongans, and Solo is all alone in the ring. Roman goes after Solo, nails a Superman punch. The crowd fucking losing it. Roman sets up the spear, doing the ooga. Bloodline pull out Solo, saving their chief just in time. And then they attack Roman again. Reigns takes out the Bloodline with a couple of spears. We get a spear through a barricade to one of the Tongans, and then goes to town on Loa with a chair. Solo at a safe distance, trash-talking Roman, crowd going banana. Shout out to the 2 bananas that were in the crowd right there. Oh yeah, I saw you guys. Really solid SmackDown. Would really like if Dawn and Fire could be made to look like some form of threat maybe, and not so clearly just transitional champions that it's just so painfully obvious. It's just not right. I love Kevin Owens being given some love with a title shot. No real threat, I don't think, of him winning it, sadly, but hey, it's nice to see him get a shot. Some good quality matches. U.S. title division starting to cook now without Logan Paul as the champion. Roman's return providing great lose your shit crowd moments. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen the crowd go that crazy for a Superman punch, so they're doing something right there. 6.5 out of 10 for the SmackDown. We go now to the land of AEW, where they are in Winston-Salem, North Kakalaki, North Carolina for Dynamite. We got MJF versus Kyle Fletcher opening up the show. Max teasing the crowd, setting up the kangaroo kick. Kyle counters with a kick to MJF's face. How you doing? Kyle, nice top rope moonsault, takes out Max out on the outside. MJF hums a fan's hat into the crowd. That was not nice. That was an old man being innocent, grabs his hat and throws it like 700 meters. That hat's gone. That hat is gone. I'd be pissed. Max hits a Bama Slamma and spits right in Kyle's eye. That's just fucking disgusting, bro. Fletcher's sweet spinning tombstone gets a near fall. Callis arrives, offers Kyle the screwdriver, but Kyle chooses not to use it. Max takes advantage with a low blow, nails a wicked kangaroo kick plus a brainbuster to defeat Kyle Fletcher. Great opening match. Love Max's heel work throughout, really getting into the American hero gimmick. I'm digging it. Fletcher, fantastic selling. Great match. Ew, I almost died. Max loses it, blasts the referee with the American Championship, and then viciously beats down Kyle Fletcher with the diamond ring, leaving Kyle a bloody mess. Ospreay and Dawn, they arrive on scene and they're arguing about it like, this is your fault, yada, yada, yada. We have Mariah May versus Viva Van next. Van connects with a nice up kick, and that's about it. May destroys Van, nails a hip attack, and the Storm Zero for a dominating win. Whatever. Mariah continues her hot streak going into Wembley. Toni Storm arrives, attacks May with a shoe. Referee and security do their best to keep them separated. And honestly, I'm quite excited to see Toni and Mariah at Wembley get their hands on each other. I mean, it'd be perfect if they can get it to a no holds barred or no DQ, something like that, because of just how intense this rivalry has gotten. But I feel like they want to try and prolong this one, so they don't want to go right to the no disqualification. I worry that maybe the Wembley match is going to end in some shenanigans, and I don't think at Wembley that's where you're going to want to do it, so hopefully that doesn't happen. But the way that it's going right now, I can't see how Mariah's gonna, I don't know, man, it's gonna be weird. Let me know what y'all think, what's gonna happen at Wembley. We get Brian Keith with the Learning Tree versus Shibata. Keith gets caught in an armbar, and Shibata picks up a quickish victory. Pretty underwhelming matchup, though, right here. I was expecting a good, hard-hitting banger of a match, and it was just quick and short, and it was over before you knew it. What the fuck? Learning Tree jump Shibata after the bell. Out comes Hook. Hook is back. Hook goes right after Jericho, throwing bombs, making Jericho retreat. All right, Hook is back, everybody. All right, he's going to do some suplexes and wave his arms around. We get the conglomeration apparently dealing with real-life travel issues and won't be making the show. That's not all right. Hangman, aggressive interview with Renee. Renee's fucking annoyed, and so is Hangman. We get JR interviews AEW champion Swerve Strickland. They discuss the big match at Wembley versus Danielson, the potential that it might be Danielson's last match. Swerve says he doesn't give a shit, only cares about the championship. Really good work here from Swerve. Thumbs up for him. Hate to say it, though, but was not feeling JR during this interview. He asked 3 questions. He had 30 papers with him. What was with all the papers, man? Why'd you need so many papers? Trios match up next. Orange Cassidy, FTR, Cash and Dax versus Roosh, Beast Mortos, and Roddy Strong with the Kingdom. So this was supposed to be the conglomeration. Instead, they add in FTR with Orange. Dax, nice hot tag. Kingdom sneak attack Dax. Then they go back to their seats. Orange, great tornado DDT with some extra tornado. Mortos hits the tornado. That's always great. Roosh eats a orange punch for breakfast. Fights off FTR like an absolute badass. Just apparently feels no pain. Roosh overwhelmed, taken out by another orange punch. Cassidy and FTR grab the W. Really good matchup, considering plans were changed. But with all the talent in the ring, not surprised they can pull off a quality matchup. Lots of hard-hitting strikes. Roosh and Dax, I thought, were great in this match. 7.5 out of 10. The Acclaim show up, trading some trash talk with FTR. Then they get into a brawl. Security and referees having a busy night separating everybody. We get Christian backstage, cutting a classic heel promo. He says he is going to be the special guest referee on Collision, and Killswitch is just staring daggers through Christian throughout most of this promo right here. So again, when are we going to get this turn? Let's do it. We get a 2-on-1 match next. It's Camille with Mercedes versus Howe and Carter. Camille torture rack bomb for Carter and one for Howe. Camille wins in a double squash. Monet introduces Carolina to the brick house. Camille. Monet trash-talking Britt Baker, knowing she isn't in the building, but Baker appears on screen calling out Monet as a money-hungry phony. How dare you? You can't use that. All right, main event time. No disqualification match. Jeff Jarrett versus Bryan Danielson. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat joins commentary just because. Jeff blasts Bryan with a guitar before the bell. Just classic Jeff. Fighting through the crowd out to the concourse, Jeff hums a fully loaded garbage bin at Bryan. That's got a height. Jeff and Bryan trading suplexes on the ground. That's got a height. Danielson smashing Jeff's leg with a chair to escape the figure four. Jarrett connects with a stroke on the chair, then applies the sharpshooter. Bryan escapes, nails a psycho knee with a chair, pins Jarrett for the W. Entertaining main event brawl right here. Some brutal bumps for both guys. Jarrett still very impressive at his age, still working so good. Still jacked, tan as fuck, great hair. Danielson, excellent as always. 8 out of 10. We have Jarrett, Yuta, and Danielson celebrating together. Swerve makes his way to the ring, halting said celebration. Swerve trash-talking Danielson, asking how Bryan's broken body is feeling. Swerve also wants a warm-up match, so he calls out Yuta for a match next week. Good stuff right here from Swerve. And that's the end of the show. Pretty good Dynamite on the road to Wembley. MJF with another shot across the bow to Ospreay, taking out his best friend for life, Cal. Tony and Mariah, another mini brawl, just continues to fuel their feud. Mostly high-quality wrestling, couple bangers to open and close the show. Danielson adding another epic battle in his retirement tour, and Swerve very good, confident interviews and promos this week. Good stuff. 7 out of 10 for Dynamite. We go now to Rampage. We're still in the same location, opening with Darby Allin versus The Butcher. Darby's shoulder is taped together with so much medical tape, it's kind of funny. Darby bleeding after a coffin drop to the floor. Don't know really why he's bleeding, but he is. Butcher stiff anti-air shoulder block. That was pretty awesome. Butcher destroying Darby on the outside. Darby brutal landing on the dive to the outside, missing like 93% of Butcher and getting all floor. Just, oh my god, such a brutal landing. Oh boy. Coffin drop in the ring this time. Allin grabs the W. Another nasty bump fest for Darby. Good physical matchup. Butcher was pretty good. 7 out of 10. We had Don Callis hypes up Roosh backstage for a match against Preston Vance, who's randomly back. Roosh says he is ready to prove himself to the family. We get Jay Lethal. He is tired of Hangman shit. Calls out Paige for a match next week. We get Wheeler Yuta versus Rocky Romero up next. Rocky hits a nice sliced bread off of the steps. Yuta and Rocky just slapping the shit out of each other, getting absolutely nothing from the crowd. What the fuck? Romero springboard Super Rana sliced bread combo gets a near fall. Yuta cross-legged tombstone, nasty elbows to the head, then locks in the cattle mutilation. Rocky taps, Yuta wins. Really solid physical matchup. Crowd was dead silent, man, throughout the whole thing, which is a shame. I thought it was, if the crowd got into it, easily would have been a 7.5 out of 10. but they were just so dead. It really just took me out of it. Really good performances, though, from Yuta and Rocky here. Just needs some more from the crowd. They did try. They tried. Private Party, Cassidy, and Quen versus the Dawsons. Dawson's Creek, what is this shit? Dawsons get in on the shots, dance with Cassidy, pretty funny. Quen, after a few failed attempts, slams the massive Dawson almost on his fucking neck, so God, that was scary. Private Party, nice stunner, kick and sliced bread combo, sets up the gin and juice. Private Party pick up the dub in a quick, fairly entertaining tag. We get Deonna Purrazzo video promo talking about the pain she will bring Thunder Rosa in the bull rope match. We get Dustin Rhodes. He is still in shock to be 1/3 of the Ring of Honor Trios champions. Dustin hungry for more, eyeing the Ring of Honor tag team gold now, which are held by Bennett and Taven, who are listening in on Dustin. We get some trash talk, ends with a dick kick for Dustin, who goes down. He's like, my balls and stuff, you know? Main event time, Saraya with Cameron versus Nyla Rose. Saraya getting lots of assistance from Cameron to stay in control. Saraya hits the nightcap, gets a near fall there. Nyla chokeslam pins, but Cameron distracts the referee. Nyla slaps Cameron and Saraya pretty hard. Saraya falls down onto Nyla. Cameron holds down Nyla's legs, stealing the W for Saraya. Saraya, entertaining heel antics, but this match was boring as fuck. She was just, slowly wearing down. Bad match. Not bad, but just boring. Very boring. And a mediocre Rampage that got a little bit worse as it went along. The opening match was probably the best thing going for this Rampage, and that just kind of went downhill. Opening was good if you want to see Darby hurt himself some more. Other than that, this is a very skippable show. Let's see how Collision did. They are still in Arlington, Texas, of course. We got Darby Allin and Hologram versus the Premier Athletes Tony Nese and Josh Woods with Sterling. Hologram, funny counter out of the deadly Premier Athletes double team. That was good. Darby, tired of the shenanigans, hits Sterling and Daivari with a coffin drop. Go fuck yourselves. Hologram, sneaky roll-up, crucifix pin. During all the chaos, Darby and Hologram pick up a tag victory. Premier Athletes, nice work, nice tag chemistry, and solid use of dirty tag team tactics. Hologram and Darby working good together with their speed, working good together, some combos. Hologram becoming a fan favorite quickly, and I love them too. Good opening tag match, 7 We have Dustin Rhodes narrates a video package for the Texas Bull Rope match. Not bad, yeah. Now we have the Texas Bull Rope match. It is Thunder Rosa versus Deonna Purrazzo. Deonna first to use the cowbell to bonk Thunder on the head and drawing blood. Rosa a bloody mess. Rosa pulls Deonna off the top onto a pile of chairs. Purrazzo gets a chair drop kicked hard into her face, busting open the Virtuosa. Yeah, that was fucking brutal. Deonna hits a nasty high-angle powerbomb and pile driver. Referee claims Rosa kicked out, but she did not. Rosa avalanche bulldogs Deonna through a fucking table. Hell yeah, thumbs up. Rosa driver finishes Deonna for a huge victory. That was a bloody banger. Violent matchup with lots of stiffness and nasty bumps. Awesome performances from Rosa and Deonna. Good use of the rope. Hitting each other with the fucking bell and hell yeah. 8 out of 10. We get an 80s style video promo from the Outrunners who sound and look like Hulk Hogan. I freaking love it, man. I love the old grainy look of the promo from the 80s. I love it, man. Push these guys. I love the Outrunners. Thumbs up. And speaking of the Outrunners, we get the Outrunners, Magnum and Turbo versus FTR, Cash and Dax. Dax making Magnum kiss his foot like the bully that he is. Dax with 5 German suplexes and a pile driver to poor Turbo. Shatter Machine connects and FTR grab the dub. An incredible effort from the Outrunners. They were excellent. So happy that they are getting some appreciation finally. Crowd starting to get into the gimmick. FTR, they bully their way to yet another victory. It is what it is, but, someday the Outrunners, these guys are going to be future champions. Entertaining match. We get Nick Wayne calls Kip Sabian a nobody, trash talks Kip's recently deceased father again, and then walks away. Nick Wayne, you're a needle dick. We get Roosh versus Preston Vance up next. Stiff fighting on the outside. Vance is busted open. One fan is just loving every minute of it. Vance gets the Hearns, and Roosh picks up the W. Quick physical matchup. I mean, cool to see Vance again. It's been a minute. He was pretty solid in this matchup. Roosh's strikes look and probably are very painful to take. Everything that guy does looks amazing. Good fight. 7 out of 10. We have Swerve's Eliminator Open Challenge. Swerve Strickland goes up against, oh my god, Tomohiro Ishii. Oh boy. We get some classic back and forth striking. Ishii eating it all for breakfast. Swerve lovely backflip over the ropes, wipes out the pit bull. Ishii stalling superplex, gets a near fall. Swerve leaping facebuster, power slam into a buster, not enough to put away Ishii, who hulks up, nails a running lariat, brain buster, is countered. Swerve nails the house call, pins, and wins. Ishii, not what I would call a warm-up match. Swerve, goddamn. Classic physical Ishii match, showing off the insane durability. Swerve, impressive victory against the legend. 7 out of 10. We have Claudio calls Okada out for a face-to-face next week on Dynamite as he looks to take... What's Claudio fighting for? The International Championship? I think that's what Okada has, so that should be a good match, hopefully. We get Chris Statlander and Hathaway in the ring. Willow shown speaking with Ishii backstage, sharing a dislike of Hathaway and Statlander in common. Sounds like they're going to team together. Stokely sounding off gets cut off with an announcement. It's Ishii and Willow will face Statlander and her partner, Stokely Hathaway, at Wembley at 0 hour. You're a dead man, Stokely. You're a dead man. MXM Collection talking trash to Top Flight with a nice GTA reference. I saw you. Leo Roosh challenges MXM to a tag match next Collision. Quick funny moment right here. We get Aaliyah James versus Hikaru Shida. Shida quickly defeats James with a driver-like maneuver, and Aaliyah got off a counter Rana in this match, and that's about it. Squash match, moving on. JR with another interview, this time with Bryan Danielson. JR saying, Bryan, your body's been failing you for the last 24 years. Only your whole fucking career. That made me laugh. I was like, he didn't say your whole fucking career or anything, but he's just like, Bryan, your body's been failing you for the last 24 years. It's like, bro, my body's not been fucking useless the whole time. Like, goddamn. Anyway, Bryan carrying this interview segment. Sorry, JR, man. I don't know what's going on. Like, he just seems completely out of it. I don't know. We get Shida pissed off backstage, looking to get on the Wembley card. Lists off her accolades in AEW, which are very impressive. 3-time women's champion, all that noise. Shida calling out Monet for a TBS title match for Dynamite. Tony Khan makes it official. Monet versus Shida for the TBS title. That should be good. Main event time. It's a trios number 1 contenders match with special guest referee Christian Cage with a turtleneck referee shirt. That's a thumbs up. And they're going up again. It's the Bang Bang Gang, Juice, and the Guns versus House of Black, Malachi, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews. Buddy thrown hard into the barricade, almost ending a crew member's life for the second time tonight. Juice delivers a snot rocket on Buddy and then urinates like a dog. Just wow. Just wow. Brody running dive and cannonball takes out the big Bullet Club, what the fuck? They have too many names. The Bang Bang Gang, Bullet Club, what the hell? Bang Bang, let's go with that. Guns hot tag, hit a 310 to Yuma, get a near fall. Chaos going on, everybody is down. Christian makes a fast count and spears Buddy, counting out both squads are counted out. There is no winner. Christian brings out the patriarchy, begins the attack on the Bang Bang Gang and House of Black. Christian nails Malachi with an unprettier on the chair, effectively taking out his competition. Christian, so smart. So smart. And that's the end of the show. Really good collision in Texas. A bit weak in the middle, but mostly good wrestling throughout. Bull rope match was a banger. I would say WWE would never put their champion in a match against Ishii 2 weeks before their biggest pay-per-view of the year, but AEW will do it, so that was cool. Christian being the MVP as always. Great work, even as a referee. 7.5 out of 10 for Collision. And let's finish it off with the 3 stars of the week, my 3 favorite matches that I witnessed with my eyeballs. Starting out with a shout out, and SummerSlam is in this 3 stars. So shouting out Cody Rhodes versus Solo and their undisputed title match at SummerSlam. This was my highest rated match of SummerSlam, but it wasn't the best match of SummerSlam. There was, the Roman Reigns return and just the whole story of the bloodline and Cody and all that stuff made that match very fun to watch. If you're not all invested in the story and everything, it's probably not going to hit the same. But regardless, the return of Roman Reigns was fucking crazy. Good enough for a shout out. The 3rd star of the week goes to MSK versus Axiom and Frazier NXT Tag Team Championship match at the Great American Bash. Damn, this match was awesome. Also with a massive twist at the end of this one. That was awesome. But MSK and Axiom and Frazier, lightning fast tag team match. I mean, these guys are so fast. Awesome combos. The chemistry is insane. Good enough for the 3rd star. 2nd star goes to Gunther versus Damian Priest for the heavyweight championship at SummerSlam. This was, I would think, the best match at SummerSlam. Extremely hard hitting. Lots of good near falls. A great story told. And watching Damian Priest, being the babyface in that match and emerging now as a big popular guy out of SummerSlam and the fallout of Judgment Day. Very happy for Damian Priest. He deserves this. Sadly didn't, keep his championship, but hey, Gunther earned it too. That was a banger of a match. But the 1st star goes to Thunder Rosa versus Deonna Purrazzo, the bull rope match on Collision. Brutal. Just a brutal brawl between 2 women that do not like each other. Blood everywhere. You get just carnage, man. Absolute carnage. It's a bull rope match. They're going to be, whacking each other with a rope, some choking, and their rivalry's been going on strong for quite some time now. I'm curious if this is going to be the end of it. I mean, a bull rope match, a very clear victory for Thunder, right? Was it Thunder? Yeah, we'll go with that. Good enough for the 1st star anyway, and that's the show, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. You the best, but you want to be even more the best, make sure you're hitting that review button and liking and doing whatever you got to do to help the podcast grow and all that great stuff. I got a Twitter page where I try my best, not very good, but I try to put up announcements as best as I can over there on the Twitter page. You can follow along there. I upload all of these episodes to the YouTube channel, GamerGX Videos. Great place to go over there, subscribe. You can drop comments on the videos. If you want a question answered live on the podcast, drop a comment, send a message on Twitter. There's an email address there as well. Send in a question about wrestling, video games, hockey. Doesn't really matter. I'll do my best and answer your question, shout you out. Be a lot of fun. And there is an email address, like I said, if you want to just have a private conversation. My door is open for everyone and anyone. And in terms of what else we got going on for the podcast over the last week, I just did what the heck did we do on the GamerCast this week? Oh my god, we did a versus. It was a versus Crash Bandicoot versus Spyro the Dragon, so be sure to go back there and listen to that one if you haven't done so already. Did the hockey overviews, continuing that one this week. I have, I think 3 or 4 teams that I want to do the overview for this week, so we'll be doing that on the HockeyCast. And I actually have planned out what I want to do for the GamerCast this upcoming week. It's going to be gaming magazines. The Game Informer magazine shut down, and that's the final straw for video game magazines, folks. They're done. So I'm going to do a retrospective on video game magazines, talk about the ones that I personally were subscribed to, and we'll talk about those ones, and go back and talk about video game magazines, a very, very important thing in my time as a gamer, and it's very sad to see it end, so we'll have a tribute show for video game magazines this week on the GamerCast, HockeyCast regular, and your WrestleCast regular recap. There's no pay-per-views this upcoming week, so yeah, there we go, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. We'll be back again with some GX Plus Cast.